I'm joined now by the former chair of Parliament's Foreign Affairs and Defence Committee, Michael Danby. Michael, I mean, the government just flip-flops on this all the time. In one breath, it's yes, they have the right to defend themselves. In the other, it's but we want a ceasefire. As I've been saying for some time now, it's all good and well to call for a ceasefire. I don't think anyone wants war to be ongoing, but to have a ceasefire, it requires two sides to agree to put their weapons down. You're not going to get terrorists to put their weapons down.
Albo, Wong and Marles sound like they're still playing student politics, Caleb. In the adult world, this is the biggest ballistic missile attack between two states. In fact, it's the second one. Remember the one that took place in April. The International Atomic Energy Agency has reported that Iran has 6 lots of fissile material for a nuclear bomb. They're a few weeks away from that. What happens if you're an Israeli, Richard Marles, Penny Wong or Anthony Albanese, if the next lot has a nuclear warhead? So let's stop playing student politics. Let's stop mouthing stuff about ceasefires. Let's deal with real situations. And it's funny, Caleb, when even Justin Trudeau sounds militant compared to our sad lot. This is a socialist left government. I disassociate myself from them. I'm so ashamed that a Labor Party would not react to a serious situation like this with an adult way that a Bob Hawke or Kim Beazley would have.
Well, Michael, as a former Labor MP, are you still a member of the Labor Party?
I am, yeah, and I believe in continuing the fight, and I'm not going to leave it to these guys and their childish mouthing of slogans when the situation changes. The ceasefire thing, I remind Richard Marles, was considered weeks ago, but there's been this ballistic missile attack, Richard. Have you watched the news? Do you have a TV at home?
Now, Peter Dutton, he responded to all of this today. Take a listen.
If Richard Marles wants to go down the appeasement path of Anthony Albanese, that's an issue for him. Penny Wong's out there calling for restraint. The Prime Minister's calling for Israel to step back. Israel is facing an existential threat of extinction.
I mean, he's essentially said the same thing as you there. You know, I've said this before. The government on this issue have had more flip-flops than Bondi Beach. You know, they cannot make their mind up because they're sitting on the fence. They're trying to appease both sides. They don't want to be seen to be, you know, not supporting an ally, but at the same time, they're really worried about Muslim votes in Western Sydney. You can't have it both ways.
Australia is a proud, sovereign country. The 12th richest country in the world. We should behave like adults. Mouthing slogans of the socialist left are just rubbish in the current situation. What do you do if you're an Israeli and the third missile strike is coming with a nuclear warhead on it? These people are crazy. Did you see the people that Andrew Bolt showed pressing the button and doing Allahu Akbar incantations before they did it? I mean, would you, if you were a rational, laid-back, left-wing Israeli academic, worry about that if you were wandering around the streets of Tel Aviv? I would. And despite all of the reassurances from Richard Marles and Anthony Albanese and Penny Wong, it's you know, something that any normal and rational person would be concerned with. And that's why even the recalcitrant and reluctant Biden administration, that's why countries around the world have said Israel has a right to take military action. You can't, Anthony Albanese, say that Israel has a right to self-defence, but then in every case where they do it, you say, oh, well, they shouldn't do it that way. We have to have diplomacy and ceasefire. You know, sometimes, as we did in the Second World War, these things have got to be fought. And I'm afraid Israel is at the spear point of Western democracies fighting irreconcilably fanatical regimes that would like to destroy not just Israel, but all of us.
Indeed. Michael Danby, thank you for your time.